Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. Around the world, millions of men silently struggle with the discomfort, embarrassment, and fear that surrounds prostate enlargement, also known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. It can interrupt sleep, disturb daily routines, and chip away at a man's sense of confidence. But today, I want to bring you something simple, something natural, something from your kitchen, not a prescription bottle. And that is the message behind today's title. Just one nut that may help reduce the enlargement of your prostate. Now, let me be very clear before we go deeper. No single food can cure prostate problems. But certain foods, specifically those rich in antioxidants, plant sterols, and anti-inflammatory nutrients, can support prostate health, promote hormone balance, and reduce the oxidative stress that contributes to inflammation. So, which nut am I talking about today? It is the Brazil nut. Just one single Brazil nut a day gives your body a potent dose of selenium, one of the most powerful minerals for cellular protection. Selenium supports the immune system, helps regulate hormonal pathways, and reduces oxidative damage, especially in prostate tissue. Many studies suggest that selenium contributes to healthier prostate function and may lower the risk of abnormal cell changes when consumed regularly and appropriately. But the magic isn't just in selenium. Brazil nuts also contain healthy fats, amino acids like arginine, and natural antioxidants that help relax blood vessels, improve circulation, and reduce inflammation in the lower urinary tract. All factors that support men struggling with urinary frequency, urgency, or nighttime bathroom trips. You might wonder, how can something so small make a difference? Because health isn't built on dramatic events. It's built on consistent, tiny actions, habits that seem insignificant until they're not. One nut a day, one decision a day, one shift in lifestyle at a time. And when you combine that with mindful eating, regular exercise, stress reduction, hydration, and routine medical checkups, you create a powerful environment for your prostate to stay healthy and balanced. Now, I want you to imagine something. Imagine waking up without constant nighttime interruptions. Imagine feeling more in control of your body. Imagine knowing that you are actively protecting your long-term health with something as simple as a daily nutritional habit. This is not about miracle cures. This is about empowerment, about practical health, about giving your body what it needs to thrive. So today, I encourage you take that small step. Add that single nut to your routine. Let it be a daily reminder that you are choosing wellness, strength, and longevity. Your prostate health matters, your comfort matters, your future matters. And sometimes the most powerful changes begin with something as simple as just one nut. Prostate enlargement is one of the most common conditions men face as they age, yet it remains one of the least discussed. As Dr. Mika Hayashi, I often meet men who arrive at my clinic carrying not only physical discomfort, but also emotional weight, fear, embarrassment, confusion, and sometimes even a sense of losing control over their own bodies. When we talk about prostate health, we are not just talking about an organ. We are talking about quality of life, dignity, and daily comfort. Prostate enlargement, or BPH, affects millions of men worldwide, especially those over the age of 50. It is not a disease of failure, nor a sign of weakness. It is a natural physiological change influenced by age, hormones, lifestyle, and inflammation. Yet, despite how common it is, many men suffer in silence. The symptoms begin subtly. Maybe it starts with waking up once at night to urinate, then twice, then 3 times. The flow becomes weak, the urge becomes urgent, and the simple act of emptying the bladder becomes a frustrating challenge. Many men dismiss these signs, believing it is simply part of getting older. But the truth is, while it is common, it should not be ignored. Prostate enlargement is not dangerous in itself, but it can disrupt sleep, drain energy, create constant anxiety about bathroom access, and in more severe cases lead to bladder strain or urinary complications. The deeper issue is the silence around men's health. Men are often conditioned to endure discomfort, to be strong, to avoid discussing intimate concerns. But suffering quietly does not create strength. Taking action does. Understanding your body, Paying attention to changes and making proactive choices are powerful steps in protecting long-term health. When I speak about prostate enlargement, I want men to know that they are not alone, that this is not something to feel ashamed about, and that there are many natural medical and lifestyle approaches that can help. Education is the first step toward empowerment. When men understand what the prostate is, how it functions, and why it enlarges, they begin to see that their symptoms are not random. They are signals that the body needs support, balance, and care. Aging changes hormone levels, particularly testosterone and dihydrotestosterone, DHT, which influence the growth of prostate tissue. Inflammation from diet, stress, and lifestyle choices can further aggravate this growth. But these factors are manageable when we acknowledge them and address them early. I want every man to hear this. You deserve comfort. You deserve restful sleep. You deserve control over your daily life. And taking steps to understand and support your prostate health is not a burden. It is an investment in your future. Whether through nutrition, supplements, lifestyle adjustments, or medical guidance, you have options. No man should wait until symptoms become unbearable. By recognizing the early signs and responding with awareness rather than avoidance, you create the possibility of not just managing prostate enlargement, but improving overall vitality. Prostate health is not a small topic. It is a fundamental part of a man's well-being. And talking about it openly is the first step toward healing. When we talk about natural support for prostate health, I always emphasize that the body responds powerfully to consistency, nourishment, and balance. As Dr. Mika Hayashi, my goal is not to promote miracle cures, but to highlight science-supported habits that can genuinely make a difference in a man's daily life. Among these habits, introducing just one specific nut into your routine can play a valuable role in reducing inflammation and supporting prostate wellness. That nut is the Brazil nut. It may seem almost too simple. How could one small nut offer meaningful support for something as complex as prostate enlargement? Yet the answer lies in the extraordinary nutrient density packed into this natural food. The Brazil nut is one of nature's richest sources of selenium, a mineral that plays a central role in cellular protection and hormonal regulation. Selenium deficiency is surprisingly common, especially in regions where soil minerals are depleted. When the prostate is low in selenium, its cells become more vulnerable to oxidative stress, inflammation, and abnormal growth processes. By restoring selenium levels with just one Brazil nut a day, you give your body a powerful tool to defend itself from the internal stressors that contribute to enlargement. But selenium is only the beginning of why this nut is so valuable. Brazil nuts contain a unique blend of healthy fats, monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fatty acids, which help balance inflammation throughout the body, including in the prostate and surrounding urinary structures. Chronic inflammation is one of the hidden drivers of prostate growth. It disrupts hormonal pathways, irritates prostate tissue, and increases urinary symptoms. But when men nourish themselves with anti-inflammatory foods like Brazil nuts, their bodies begin to calm those overactive pathways. Many of my patients have shared with me that introducing a daily Brazil nut has helped them feel less pelvic discomfort and less lower urinary tract irritation over time. Another important component found in Brazil nuts is arginine, an amino acid that supports nitric oxide production, a process that helps relax blood vessels and improve circulation. Good circulation is essential for prostate health. Stiff, narrow, or inflamed blood vessels can reduce nutrient delivery to the prostate and cause congestion in the pelvic region. When blood flow improves, tissues receive better oxygenation and are better able to repair themselves. This is why even small dietary choices can create ripple effects that support better urinary function and comfort. The beauty of this simple practice is that it is accessible, affordable, and practical. You don't need complicated routines or extreme diets. Just one nut a day is enough to provide a therapeutic level of selenium alongside healthy fats and antioxidants. But consistency is key. Natural interventions work not by force, but by steady accumulation. Each day, you nourish your body with something supportive. You reinforce your internal systems and help counteract the slow processes that contribute to enlargement. Most importantly, Adding one Brazil nut to your routine symbolizes something greater. It represents taking an active role in your prostate health. It shows that you are choosing awareness over avoidance and prevention over regret. Even small habits can create meaningful changes when practiced with intention. And when combined with a balanced lifestyle, hydration, and routine medical care, this simple nut becomes a powerful ally in your journey toward a healthier, more comfortable future. Selenium is one of the most overlooked yet essential minerals for men's health, especially when we talk about supporting the prostate. As Dr. Mika Hayashi, I often explain to my patients that selenium is not just another nutrient on a label. It is a critical defender of cellular health, hormonal balance, and inflammation control. Many men do not realize how directly selenium impacts the prostate, and even fewer understand that a simple daily habit can restore this powerful mineral to optimal levels. Brazil nuts happen to be the richest natural source of selenium, making them a convenient and effective way to nourish the body with what it needs. When selenium enters the body, it becomes part of a group of specialized molecules called selenoproteins. These selenoproteins act like microscopic shields, protecting cells from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is the internal wear and tear that accumulates in our tissues over the years due to aging, toxins, stress, and lifestyle choices. In the prostate, oxidative stress accelerates inflammation, disrupts cellular structure, and contributes to the progression of enlargement. When a man is low in selenium, these defenses weaken, leaving the prostate more vulnerable. But when selenium levels rise, the body begins repairing, restoring, and strengthening its natural resilience. Selenium also plays a vital role in hormone regulation. Prostate enlargement is closely linked to hormonal changes, particularly the balance between testosterone and its more potent form, dihydrotestosterone, DHT. Excessive DHT is one of the key drivers behind the growth of prostate tissue. Selenium helps the body metabolize hormones more efficiently and supports the enzymes responsible for maintaining hormonal equilibrium. When hormone pathways are balanced, the prostate experiences less stimulation to grow and becomes less reactive to inflammatory triggers. Another important aspect of selenium is its ability to support the immune system. Chronic inflammation often presents itself subtly in the prostate, long before symptoms become severe. The immune system, when properly supported, can respond more effectively to unnecessary inflammation. Selenium keeps immune responses efficient, ensuring that inflammation does not remain unchecked. This helps reduce the irritation and swelling that often accompany BPH symptoms, such as urgency, frequent urination, and weak flow. The beauty of Brazil nuts is that they provide the right amount of selenium in a natural whole food form. Just one nut can meet or even exceed the recommended daily intake. This is why moderation is important. One nut is typically enough for the average adult male. More is not better. And part of the elegance of this practice is its simplicity. You are not relying on supplements, synthetic additives, or complicated routines. You are relying on nature's design. I remind men that the goal is not to chase quick fixes, but to build a foundation for long-term wellness. Selenium works gradually, supporting the prostate one day at a time. Consistent intake calms inflammation, supports hormone balance, strengthens antioxidant defenses, and promotes healthier cellular function. These improvements translate into better urinary comfort, better sleep, and a greater sense of control over daily life. By choosing to nourish your body with selenium-rich foods like Brazil nuts, you are giving your prostate the environment it needs to thrive. And in doing so, you are taking a powerful step toward protecting your health and your future. When we look closely at the Brazil nut, it becomes clear that selenium is only one part of its therapeutic potential. As Dr. Mika Hayashi, I always emphasize that the prostate does not respond to a single nutrient alone. It thrives when it receives a balanced combination of healthy fats, antioxidants, and amino acids that support the urinary system, hormone regulation, and cellular repair. Brazil nuts happen to be an extraordinary blend of all these elements, making them a natural ally for men experiencing the discomfort of prostate enlargement. One of the most powerful features of Brazil nuts is their rich profile of healthy fats, specifically monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fatty acids. These are the same heart-protective fats found in foods like olive oil and avocados. These fats help lower inflammation throughout the body, and inflammation is a major player in the progression of prostate enlargement. Chronic inflammation irritates prostate tissue, causing it to swell and stimulate nearby nerves and muscles, which leads to urinary symptoms such as urgency, frequency, incomplete emptying, and nighttime bathroom trips. By consuming healthy fats regularly, you give your body the building blocks it needs to gently lower this internal inflammation, creating a calmer environment for the prostate. Antioxidants in Brazil nuts further support this anti-inflammatory effect. Beyond selenium, they contain vitamin E, phenolic compounds, and other natural plant antioxidants that protect the cells of the prostate from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress accelerates aging within tissues, making cells weaker and more susceptible to hormonal imbalances. When antioxidant levels are strong, the prostate becomes more resilient to daily stressors and environmental toxins. This is especially important for men living with high stress, poor diet, or limited sleep, factors that all trigger inflammatory responses. Another essential nutrient found in Brazil nuts is the amino acid arginine, which plays a significant role in producing nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a molecule that relaxes and widens blood vessels, improving circulation. Healthy blood flow is crucial for prostate function. If circulation to the pelvic region is restricted, tissues become congested, oxygen delivery declines, and inflammation worsens. By enhancing nitric oxide production, arginine helps improve pelvic circulation, allowing nutrients to reach prostate cells more effectively while helping remove metabolic waste that contributes to swelling. Better circulation also directly supports urinary function by reducing pressure around the urethra. Many of the urinary symptoms men experience, weak stream, hesitation, dribbling, are related not only to the size of the prostate, but also to the tension and inflammation in surrounding tissues. Brazil nuts provide nutrients that help relax this entire region, supporting smoother urination and greater daily comfort. These benefits work together, creating a multi-layered support system for the prostate. Healthy fats calm inflammation. Antioxidants protect cells. Arginine improves blood flow. Selenium modulates hormones and supports cellular repair. Together, they create a powerful synergy that gently supports prostate wellness over time. But the most important message I share with my patients is this: consistency is what unlocks nature's benefits. You do not need large quantities. You do not need complicated routines. Just one Brazil nut daily can supply your body with a balanced package of supportive nutrients. And when this small habit becomes part of a larger lifestyle that includes hydration, physical activity, stress management, and regular checkups, men often notice meaningful improvements, better urinary flow, fewer nighttime interruptions, and a sense of reclaiming control over their health. The body responds to nourishment, it responds to balance, and the nutrients in Brazil nuts offer men a natural, accessible way to support the health and comfort of their prostate every single day. When I talk to men about improving their prostate health, one of the first concepts I emphasize is the power of small, consistent habits. As Dr. Mika Hayashi, I have seen countless patients who feel overwhelmed by the idea of making major lifestyle changes. They imagine strict diets, intense routines, or complex supplement regimens. But the truth is that meaningful change often begins with something much simpler, something so small it almost feels insignificant. That is exactly why I highlight the practice of eating just one Brazil nut a day. It represents more than nutrition. It represents the principle that tiny steps repeated consistently become powerful transformations over time. Health is never built on one dramatic moment. It is built on the little choices you make every single day. When you choose a Brazil nut instead of ignoring your body's needs, you are exercising control over your long-term health. You're saying, "My well-being matters, and I'm willing to invest in it, even if the investment is small." This mindset shift is profound. Many men suffer not because they lack the ability to heal, but because they underestimate the value of gradual, sustainable actions. Think of your health like a bank account. Every supportive habit you practice, hydration, good nutrition, movement, stress management, is a deposit. Every habit you neglect becomes a withdrawal. Eating one Brazil nut per day may seem like a tiny deposit, but over weeks and months, those deposits accumulate. Selenium levels rise, inflammation lowers, hormonal pathways stabilize, blood circulation improves, and slowly, subtly, your prostate begins to experience less strain and irritation. This is why consistency matters more than intensity. Another important part of developing small habits is that they create momentum. When men successfully maintain one simple daily routine, they often feel more confident and more capable of making additional changes. A single Brazil nut can inspire other small habits. Drinking more water, reducing caffeine in the evening, adding short walks, or including more vegetables in meals. Suddenly, the man who once felt overwhelmed has built a lifestyle that supports healing without feeling forced or stressful. These small actions begin to reinforce each other, creating a positive upward spiral. Consistency also strengthens the mind-body relationship. When you commit to a daily practice, you become more aware of your body's signals. You start noticing how foods affect your energy, how stress influences your symptoms, and how your choices impact your sleep and urinary comfort. This awareness empowers you to make smarter decisions and avoid habits that worsen inflammation. It shifts you from reacting to problems to proactively preventing them. One of the most common things I hear from my patients is regret. Regret for ignoring early signs, regret for delaying action, regret for assuming symptoms would go away on their own. But regret can be transformed into responsibility, and responsibility begins with something as simple as consistency. When you decide that your daily actions matter, you take control of your future rather than letting your future control you. The beauty of this approach is that it is accessible to everyone. You don't need expensive programs or complicated guidance. You need awareness, intention, and commitment to small routines. Over time, those routines become powerful enough to transform your prostate health, your comfort, and your confidence. A single Brazil nut a day may be a small thing, but small things done with purpose can reshape your entire well-being. Consistency is not just a habit. It is a pathway to long-term vitality and a future where you feel strong, stable, and fully in control of your health. When men come to me seeking help for prostate enlargement, one of the most important things I explain is that true healing never comes from a single tactic alone. As Dr. Mika Hayashi, I've observed over and over that the body thrives when multiple areas of life work together in harmony. Nutrition is powerful. Yes, a single Brazil nut a day provides meaningful support, but real transformation happens when you pair that one habit with a broader, holistic approach to well-being, an approach that nurtures the mind, the body, and the lifestyle surrounding the prostate. Prostate health is influenced by hormones, circulation, stress, inflammation, sleep quality, and metabolic balance. That means your daily routines matter just as much as the foods you eat. A holistic approach begins with movement. Regular physical activity improves blood flow to the pelvis, reduces inflammation, balances hormones, and decreases abdominal fat, which is strongly linked to worsening prostate symptoms. You don't have to run marathons. Even a brisk walk, gentle stretching, cycling, or yoga can significantly ease pressure on the lower urinary tract. When blood moves, healing moves with it. Movement becomes medicine. Hydration is another pillar. Many men unknowingly worsen their urinary symptoms by drinking too little water during the day and then over-consuming fluids in the evening. This leads to frustrating nighttime awakenings. Proper hydration supports kidney function, dilutes bladder irritants, and prevents urine from becoming overly concentrated, which can aggravate the prostate and bladder. Drinking consistently throughout the day while reducing fluids before bedtime can create dramatic improvements. Stress management plays an equally vital role. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, disrupts hormonal balance, increases inflammation, and tightens the pelvic muscles. This tension can make urinary symptoms more severe. Techniques like deep breathing, meditation, nature walks, or even 10 minutes of quiet reflection can relax the nervous system and provide immediate relief. When the mind relaxes, the body follows. Dietary balance extends well beyond one nut. A prostate-supportive diet includes antioxidant-rich vegetables, berries, tomatoes, pumpkin seeds, green tea, flaxseed, and omega-3 fats. These foods work together to reduce inflammation and support hormonal stability. At the same time, minimizing processed foods, excessive red meat, sugary snacks, and alcohol can prevent further irritation. Many men notice that their symptoms flare after certain foods. They simply never connected the dots. A holistic mindset helps them identify and correct these triggers. Sleep is another overlooked component of prostate wellness. Poor sleep disrupts hormones, increases inflammation, and weakens the immune system. Men with BPH often feel exhausted because they wake up many times at night. By supporting the body with good habits, light evening meals, reduced caffeine, a consistent bedtime, you restore the circadian rhythm. Better sleep helps the whole body heal more effectively. Finally, regular medical checkups are essential. A holistic lifestyle empowers the body, but medical guidance ensures safety and accuracy. Monitoring PSA levels, hormone balance, urinary flow, and prostate size allows men to catch changes early and act proactively rather than reactively. Combining natural strategies with informed medical oversight gives men the best of both worlds. When all these elements work together, nutrition, movement, hydration, stress reduction, sleep, and checkups, they create a supportive ecosystem where the prostate can function more comfortably and efficiently. Holistic care is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about doing the right things consistently. And when those right things align, men often discover that they feel lighter, stronger, clearer, and more in control than they have in